also the First Lord of the Internet and the world's most humble man. Just popping up to say Dinky-Doo to every single one of you. I hope you are well, that you've had your notifications and you're ready to watch tonight and do business. And we'll see how that goes. Never a problem. Lovely to have you with us. Excellent stuff. And I can tell you right now that we're going to have a great show. I just know it's fantastic. From all the feedback earlier, I get so many emails from people telling me what is what. And of course, I popped up this morning and with a wee cheeky guy on. And I thought that was quite funny as well. So there you are, the wee cheeky guy this morning. So if you join me for this morning, don't worry if you didn't, because you can catch up. That's the thing. Very, very important. So you'll have catch up there. And we've got the chat here as well, and we can see what is what. So lovely to have you with us. And it's just gone 8 o'clock on Sunday night. Nothing gets past me, as you well know. And here we are live on YouTube just for you, saying Dinky-Doo to every one of you. And of course, you can all share. You can tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 and let people know that we're on, and come and join us and give us some of your chat. I want to know how your Christmas went. So you can tell me. There's no shame in that, you see. I'll just share this so that everybody knows what's happening, and we'll just let everybody know. There we are. Wonderful stuff. Share that. Fantastic. And I'll also share on the old Facebook. I think that's quite important as well. So there you go. Compliments of the season to every single one of you. If we haven't been in touch, then welcome, welcome, welcome. It's always lovely to have you with us, and particularly at this time of year, and of course during the lockdown. So that's the thing, because not an easy time of year for a lot of people. And this is why I think there should be a massive national phone-in. You know, I think it would go an absolute storm. And I'm very, very surprised that the public sector broadcaster hasn't actually cottoned onto this, you know. But perhaps maybe these organizations are so large that there's always a little bit of it takes a little bit of time. I'm just going to share this with the story as well. I think that's quite a nice touch. Share with your story, share in an event you manage, share in a group, all that sort of idea. Lots and lots of sharing, and Dinky-Doo to every single one of you. How's the lighting and the sound tonight? I think there's a wee bit of shading coming in there, so I'll move some of these lights a little bit, give you a chance. Is that better? Are we nice and bright? Now, if you're wondering who it is, I've got this handy, you see, so you can see that it's SCOTTIE McCLUE, because I know this morning when we held this up, you're going, oh, that's who it is. I understand. Wonderful stuff there. Susan Shaw. Hi, Scottie. Did you have a good Christmas? Everything is okay, says Susan. Good. Excellent, Susan. So tonight we've got some good setup going on there. The lighting's fine, the sound is fine, the budget's fine, all that sort of thing. Everything's okay. Professor Numpty-Head is asking who? SCOTTIE McCLUE. Spell it for you. SCOTTIE, M, small c, Numpty-Head, capital C, LUE. Ah, now you know. That'll be making a wee difference to you. Fantastic, because no, it seems a bit mad holding up a handwritten sign live on the world's top broadcasting platform. But it's amazing how many people think, who's that? I know that voice from somewhere. So there we are. Is McClue fine on this fine night? I am Numpty-Head. I am very fine. And do I know look fine? And I've got the Earl Grey with me. Oh, it's absolutely lovely. It really is. Wonderful stuff. And what else have we got here? Scottie, I'm driving. Oh, Kareem. My goodness, but you'll be hands-free. But please, do not get distracted, because there's black ice about tonight, I suspect. I just had Lord Clyde out. in his 100th birthday, and it was a bit slippy. I have to say there was a fair bit of slippiness. Fair a pencil. Is that more refined, Scottie McClue? We'll do it that way and give you a wee bit of pencil, or we can turn it round. And there we are, Scottie McClue, fantastic, just for you, saying Dinky-Doo. And I will hold that up every so often, because I know people come across things on YouTube and go, what's this? What on earth is this? Who is this guy? Seems to think quite a lot of himself. You know, that sort of idea. And we'll just press on with that. Fair few numpty heads, though, as well. We've had that. Now, for those of you who haven't caught up, have you subscribed tonight? And have you logged into YouTube? Please log in, subscribe, tap the bell, then you'll get all your stuff through. Very, very important, because we might be popping up a bit during lockdown, and you want to say, YouTube, let me know when Scottie McClue goes live. So there we are. Very, very important. So Kareem, please take great care of your dear self. What's the setup for the new show, Scottie? Is it 3 nights a week? I think, Andrew, it might be at least 3 nights a week and maybe 4. I'm going to push for 4 nights, and we'll see how we go. Maybe Monday to Thursday, that kind of thing. Or, we can change it about. Best wishes, Scottie, from Highlander, 1969. Highlander, lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo, I say. I'm just going to do a wee bit more sharing here. Share in a group. Let's do that. We like that. Or share on a page. We like sharing on a page. So I'll send it out to the big Scottie McClue page. I don't know how many of you are on that. But, I do. 6,500 of you, I think, are on that. So we'll send it out to that, and that will let people know what is what. It'll be good to be back round the big table, Scottie, round the big table, Andrew. Scottie McClue's big table, all the chit-chat, and this goes right across the world, so it's massive. It is huge. Huge. The future's doom and gloom, I tell you, doom and gloom. Now, numpty head, we don't know, because Boris and Rishi are saying that, please don't panic. There's some great things economically. So either, we're in for a treat, or they're maybe just putting a wee spin on a very, very negative situation. I find it hard to think how coming out of the world's top trading bloc that we've built up over 50 years, peace and prosperity, and, 28 countries, 510 million people. I find it quite hard that, virtually England thinks that it can replace that, just at the drop of a hat. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But just keep an eye out for what's happening, because we've already spent over £200 billion on Brexit with absolutely nothing to show for it. So unless you're a billionaire, of course, if you're a billionaire, then you're maybe going to get some tax advantages from coming out of the EU, i.e. the EU are not going to be able to pry. You see what I say? Dark Hall, Dinky-Doo, good man. Absolutely. And what is Numpty Heed saying? Let's tell everybody. Tell 10 to tell 10. There we are, guys. It's Scottie McClue, in case you're wondering. Who on earth this? Scottie McClue. That's ringing a bell, isn't it? Wonderful stuff. Dinky-Doo, I say. So that's what's going on there. And we shall see what the week brings, but we'll all have to look to our laurels, be on our mettle, because to me, Brexit is just nothing short of sheer madness. Sheer madness. We're doomed, I tell you. Yes, that's right. Wonderful stuff. Always remember with Dad's Army, it said, even the BBC were beginning to realize they had a hit on their hands, So they weren't it was just a hit, not by accident, because it's an outstanding piece of work. Dad's Army. Nothing really to do with the Second World War, so much to do with fantastic acting. People who'd come from the theatre and were just very good at making it happen. What rubbish, Scottie? We're heading for the Great Depression #2, just like the 1930s. Well, it looks as if we are heading towards a crash, but there we are. Scottie, I'm getting caught at every red light. Oh, Kareem, take your time. It doesn't matter. That's what I always say. It really doesn't matter. The old red lights there, you think, just missed it. I'm going to be sitting here for hours now. But no, just chill and enjoy yourself, I say, and do not get distracted. Don't panic, Scottie. Don't panic. Don't panic. Absolutely. No, there mustn't be any panicking, Andrew. You're quite right. But even our youngsters, I mean, you're a young man, Andrew, and you're familiar with Dad's Army. And it's been running a long time, you know. Fantastic. There you are. The more the merrier. Can we have a massive share, guys? And type. I'm watching Scottie McClue live on YouTube. Actually, tell them that. You know, drop that in. Scottie McClue live on YouTube. I think it's very important. That's me just doing what we used to call in television an inlay. There we are. And inlay, please. Thank you. There you are. And you would inlay was on. It was tremendous stuff. We liked it. Right, so I'm going to get rid of that because I want this to come up here, and I'm going to just let everybody know what is going on. I think it's important. So très important. So we'll send them a little tweet as well. Do you think the youngsters, here we are, Numpty says, do you think the youngsters who cheek up to the police on their mobile phones is great entertainment? Well, I was looking at some youngsters cheeking up to the police, and I thought perhaps we should give the police the birch back, you see? And if a youngster cheeks up, the police just take them up close and give them a leathering. What would you think about that? And it just teaches them that wee lesson not to be cheeky, you know, because I think they can have a wee bit of leeway and cheek up to the police, and bad news, you know. I mean, they would have been flung in the back of the Black Maria and whisked off to the police station and on the bread and water for a while. So that might be quite interesting if we see any of that. Yes, I know the ones you mean, people saying to the police, give me your number and all that stuff, you know, but I think the police should not be obliged to do that. And as I say, perhaps bringing back the birch, you know, would be an interesting one, just even as a deterrent. And saying, you know, you'd get the birch. Because I remember my mother and my grandparents talking about the birch. I don't think they ever got it. I would think not, but we had a lot of police in the family, and in those days you could take a youngster up close and give them a good birching if they cheeked up. So you know, it might be a lesson. I don't know. I mean, I'm very glad we don't have the belt in schools, because I thought that was a very useless thing, to be honest with you. But I'm just wondering if the police should have that up their sleeves. Do you want a police state, Scottie? Well, of course not. The police are civil servants. They're our servants, but they don't deserve to be cheeked up to. You know, so I don't think it's a police state when we're stopping people cheeking up to the police. A wee bit of respect. Highlander says, a public birching. That would teach the wee, and he says the word buggers. I'm just quoting. I mean, I don't say the word, but I'm just quoting. You know, I'm quoting what Highlander said, you know, and he's saying a public birching. So in other words, if youngsters are cheeky, you override the parents and say, I'm afraid we're going to have to birch them on Saturday morning down at the market square. That sort of idea. Do you notice that all the old comedies have little or no swearing in them, Scottie? Only Fools and Horses is unbeatable. Oh, Absolutely, yes, indeed. John Sullivan, a genius. Yes, and of course, all the other stuff, the Dad's Army and all that, David Croft and Jimmy Perry, you know, Croft and Perry, fantastic. Hello, hello. There's another ooek, ooek. So yes, no, there's no swearing in them, Andrew, because you don't actually need swearing at all. And for people that say, oh, you know, so I would say that profanity means a paucity of vocabulary. Profanity is a paucity of vocabulary. And I don't agree that it does stuff at all. So there you go. And some of the comedians have done very well out of it. Actually, one of them actually virtually introducing it, you know, and that can be funny on occasion, but only on occasion. But swearing in isolation is not particularly comical at all. So they are, but you're absolutely 100% correct, Andrew Downey. The old comedies, wonderful, wonderful stuff. We love it. So there we are. I'm just going to do some more sharing, guys, because I think it's important, très important. Now, I haven't been able to, I told you I've got a wee keyboard problem, but there's a tweet in, and I haven't been able to hashtag it, but there's lots and lots of people looking at it. We like that. You know, this is tremendous. I'm just going to see what else I've got here. Scottie McClue, how do you do? Right. Good evening, Scottie. Dinky-Doo. Hope you're well, says the wonderful Craig Cochran. I am, Craig. Yes, absolutely. It's good to see you, big man, says Glenn Peacock. Glenn in the Midlands, but from Sheffield. Am I correct, Glenn? Or are you isolating? Are you all in lockdown? What's going on, I say? So there we are. Now, I was able to pop back. I mean, obviously, I haven't been able to pop up because we've been maxed with a day job. Have you a new wizard for the new show? Yes, Andrew. There will be a wizard in situ, and it's full phone calls. So we'll be getting the full switchboard, and everything will be going on there. Tremendous. Can everybody like the stream, please? Subscribe if you've not subscribed. And if you wouldn't mind, log into YouTube and say, let me know when Scottie McClue goes live. This is always important. Tres and Tom. Right, here we are here. I might be able to just do a wee trick here, guys. And let you know that this is live right now. There we are. So undo that. And then we'll do that. And that should be a nice wee tweet there as well. So I'm just on Twitter at the moment. 30 million, 250 have seen that tweet, guys. So we are in business. Never a dull moment. Scottie, can I answer your phones on the new radio show? Well, I would love that, but I mean, it's international. Mike Dentures, Dinky-Doo from Ecclesfield, Mr. McClue. I love Ecclesfield. You've got that fine, ancient old church there in Ecclesfield, and proud of it. You know what I'm saying? Ecclesfield was the first thing I saw when I went to live in Yorkshire. I'll tell thee, when I went to Yorkshire, I stayed in an hotel near Ecclesfield. And that's where I walked Lord Reef, Labrador. And then I found I could get him out into woods. Lovely that were. Aye, that's it, Scottie. So Mike Dentures, Dinky-Doo. Betty McIver. Hi, Dinky-Doo. Great news about the phone in, especially hearing Linda playing the accordion. Well, yes, she should be able to do that on the new phone in. Guys, if you've just joined me, a very warm welcome. It's Scottie McClue, the world's top broadcaster and the first lord of the internet. And here we are. Scottie, by gum, Glen lad, I'll tell you. Yes, absolutely. You wouldn't have got away with that in our day. No, not absolutely not. That's it. No, it would have been terrible. That's aye, that's it. You see, things are too lax nowadays. Now, you see, Yorkshire, the Yorkshire police would have had a version of Birch, and they would have sorted them out. Good leathering. So that's it. Up the gunnel for a good leathering for that one. Yeah, take him away. He wants thumping. He were cheeking up to Officer Dibble. That's it. Ecclesfield's just up the... My mum's not far from Grenoside. Aye, Greno. Lovely. And that's right, where we used to have a former Home Secretary was a Grenoside man. I remember that. And I could tell you that because I had to go through a security cordon one night, and I thought, what's this for? You know, what in Yorkshire is not actually welded or screwed down? And, of course, it was a security cordon for a very important person in Grenoside. At these lights there was a set of traffic lights, and I think they were the highest yielding speed traps in the country in Grenoside. Am I right? Or am I right? Dinky-Doo, Scottie, what's all this about a phone-in? Tell me more. John Jones. Saltbox Lane. That's it, Mike Densher. Yeah, so there we are. And now, what are we talking about here? Dinky-Doo, Scottie, what's all this about the phone-in? So there we are. Well, the phone-in is coming back in a few weeks' time. It's massive. It's the biggest project. Now, you know, SCOTTIE McCLUE has been in charge of some pretty big projects over the last 36 years. This is the biggest ever yet because it's national and international. Now, it will put a lot of noses out of joint because, as you know, whoever has McCLUE has the market. You see? Very, very important. Whoever has McCLUE has the market. So that's what will be happening there. And a few weeks' time, we go back to full phone-in, and it will be live on a massive radio station. And you'll be able to get it. Some of you will be able to get it on FM. Some of you will get it on digital. Some of you will get it on the internet. Some of you will get it on apps. But we'll have you all up to date with that. So, Alexa, play SCOTTIE McCLUE on radio. Aye. SCOTTIE McCLUE, guys, in case you're wondering, who on earth am I? Yes, sometimes wonder myself. So there you go. And that will let you know what is what. So that's coming up very soon. And I would expect a lot of you to hang around for that. I love the phone-ins. I remember we did the late-night phone-in down at Hillsborough, Scottie, back in 93, 97, Hallam FM, one of the world's great radio stations, Radio Alum, as the Yorkshire people called it. Aye, have you heard that? SCOTTIE McCLUE is on Radio Alum. All right, I'll have a listen to that. Aye. He's only got one opinion, him. That's his own. All that stuff, you know what I mean? All the better. From a fellow Yorkshire lad. Aye, Glenn, that's it. I'll tell you, see, back in my day, we'd have had no problem. By gum, I'll tell thee, lad. Yes, and of course, we're broadcasting to Barnsley. Marvellous. Scottie, I'm home now. You're on my PC. Is that better, Kareem and Dinky-Doo? Kareem, I'm just telling the world about the new radio show coming up in a few weeks' time. So there we are. And it will be absolutely massive. Massive. Now, I'm just going to do a little bit of sharing, guys, because I feel we haven't really shared enough. You know, you can do this, can't you? You can not share enough and tell people. Because, as I was saying, I did a show this morning, and I've popped back up because of lockdown. Do you remember the big lockdown shows at night on YouTube? So there we are. So it was just to say I'd pop up, liked and shared. I thank you, Kareem. Will you be singing You Can't Shove Your Granny Off a Bus on the new show? Highlander, I might well do that. You've just reminded me of how popular that actually was. We used to have the song, Kareem, have you just given me money? You've tapped the dollar. Kareem has tapped the dollar and given McCLUE a quid. You lovely, 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 thoughtful man. Thank you, Kareem. That is very good of you in these straitened times. Very much appreciated. So there we are, guys. I'm just doing a bit more of this now, a bit more sharing. I'll share on a page I manage. That's always a goodie. Share on a page you manage. That's very good, Kareem. Thank you so much. Your granny and your Auntie Fanny. Yes, dance with your granny and your Auntie Fanny right across the floor. When you get to the side, shut the flaming door. That was it. That was the one. Yeah, absolutely. Dinky-Doo, guys. Scottie McClue. Just to let you know, in case you wonder what else going on. McClue, sounding like W.C. Fields. Barman, did I spend $200 in here last night? You sure did, Mr. Fields. Thank God. I thought I'd lost it. There we go. That was him. Your granny and your Auntie Fanny right across the floor. So we'll have that as the theme tune. We used to just sing that along to our theme tune. Fantastic. Scottie McClue's megaphone in. Posting here. We're posting here. Showing here. I'll just do that. I think that's what I'll do. I'll post it to a page called Dinky-Doo. That's always good. Blow your nose until the pressure equalizes. Yes, stick your head up your backside and blow your nose till the pressure equalizes. Don't try that at home now. That's for entertainment purposes. So there we are. Sir, get back. So there we are. Get back. Do you mean sit back or get back on the radio? So there we are. Grim Dinky-Doo. Scottie, have you changed your living room about again? Your CDs are on the left this time. No, I don't know unless something's changed. They were always there. They shouldn't really be. Should they be on your left? Yes, they will be. Yes, if you're watching, they will be on your left. No, I haven't changed anything around, but they will be on your left. It might even be something to do with your kit. You know, there we go. If you just joined us, guys, can you subscribe, please? And let everybody know Scottie McClue's live. Yes, Dinky-Doo, that's what it's all about. Kareem, that was so kind of you. Kareem has tapped the dollar and sent me a quid. That is wonderful. And, you know, maybe when I get 1 million listeners, everybody could send a quid. Can you imagine? So there we are. That would allow me to get some decent equipment and broadcast to you. Camera's probably flipped. So the camera's probably flipped the image, says James Duffy. Very good, James. Thank you for that. There's always somebody that knows a bit more than my good self. And this is one of the many things I love about live streaming and broadcasting, you know, because we can pool our resources. That's why I wondered why they even came out, the EU. Well, I know why they came out, you know, but I mean, we could have pooled our resources during the pandemic, saved ourselves 200 billion quid. What date are you going on the telephones, Scottie? I don't have an exact date yet, Glenn, because the problem is COVID. You know, it's slowing everything down tremendously. But I'm hoping certainly within the next 6-8 weeks, something like that, which will pass in a flash, as you know. But I'll keep you up to date. It's commercially sensitive at the moment, so I can't spill the beans. I can't sing like a canary. But, you know, I can let you know when it's all happening and get the detail out then. It will be excellent. So there we go. Scottie McClue. Can we all have a massive share again, everybody? Massive, massive sharing and let that about. So there we are. I know it seems odd holding up a handwritten sign, but I can't work out how on YouTube to inlay it with the name Scottie McClue. Is that doable? Where are all our wizards who know about that? Andrew, you will know about that, I can tell you. Andrew Downey, very, very talented technician, comes from great stock as well, of course. A man that knows his stuff. Yes. A chip off the old block as well, you know, but it's all your stuff too, Andrew. Very, very important. I once met somebody and they got a bit fed up because people used to just introduce them as the son of, you know. So if you've got a famous father, then you're the son of, you know. So say I had a son called young Scott, you know, and people saying, this is Scott McClue, you'll know his father. And that must get a bit irritating for people, you know what I mean? You'll know his father. He said, no, it's for him. He's the important man here. Know his father. You know, is the phone boy anything to do with the boy Galloway pulling a few strings? No, Professor Numpty, nobody's pulling strings. This is a gentleman that was brought up listening to Scottie McClue, and he wants it on his radio station. Dinky-Doo, I remember you in primary too. Ah, fra. Excellent stuff. How brilliant is that? You remember me in primary too, so that would be 1962, maybe? Something like that, 1962. How fantastic is that? Scottie McClue, Dinky-Doo. There we are. Now, I've just posted on LinkedIn as well. I've got 10,000 people just from a business point of view on LinkedIn, and we all chit-chat. So there you are. So, no, nobody's pulling strings for me. Nobody pulls strings. Who was the medium you had on Lanarkshire 107, top of the dial, 10 years ago? It would have been James Byrne. And James Byrne, I had another chap as well, but I had James Byrne on. And James Byrne is one of the country's top mediums. And, you know, people that poo-poo spiritualism, James really sorts all that out in his own lovely, gentle way. Incredible man. And people loved it. The switchboards were just jammed. Hi, have you seen the video on the YouTube of Old Glasgow Subway? I haven't, Betty, but I will do. I'll look out for that. I'm finding some great stuff on YouTube. Since I got my stick and I was able to plug it into the back of the telly, I'm coming across some fantastic stuff on YouTube. More sharing, guys. Come on, we need to share. I'll just put down here as well. Share. Right. A good spiritual connection. Oh, Mike Dentures, incredible. From Lancashire, I think it was. Would that be right? Yes. Well, twice in Lancashire, 1992 in Lancashire for 2.5 years. And then in 1998, back in Lancashire again. There we are. And Yorkshire, and the Northeast, and the Midlands. Oh, for goodness sake. Guys, Scottie McClue live for you saying Dinky-Doo. Please subscribe. It's very important. Don't sort of dilly-dally about it. Do subscribe and let us know what's what. I wish you'd seen the wee troll we had on this morning. What a hoot. Scottie, do you agree the TV over Christmas ain't what it used to be in years gone by? I think the television's been pretty dreadful. But having said that, this afternoon, I saw 2 movies. And one was, what was one? It had the title Crossbow in it. It was a Second World War movie. Seen it obviously several times. It was Operation Crossbow. John Mills as an intelligence officer. And I watched that, and I watched The Heroes of Telemark. And The Heroes of Telemark is particularly poignant. Not only is it a fabulous movie, I think it's maybe around 1965. Kirk Douglas is in it, and Michael Redgrave. Sir Michael Redgrave is in it, Vanessa's father. And who else have we got in it? Richard Harris, outstanding actor. So just a brilliant cast. And it's set in Norway during the war when the Nazis were trying to get the atomic bomb through heavy water, the hydrogen bomb, the H-bomb. And there were British commandos. Unfortunately, they crashed. But I was thinking about it. I watched it with my father, and my father was actually in Norway at the time. And he was a very humble man, my father, a wonderful man. And, You know, he never sort of, he didn't have any blah in him and all that kind of stuff. Well, he did a bit because he played the bagpipes. But I remember sitting watching it with them. And I thought, I'm watching a movie with a man who was actually there at the time. Incredible. He was, my father was a commando, a para in Norway. Loved you on Scott FM. I've got you're an audience with video. Remember the videos, great fun. I always remember when, dear old Billy Connolly, who sadly hasn't been very well, and we send love and blessings to him. But I remember the headline that said, Scottie video outsells Billy. And I remember posting this on social media, and some old grumpy guy goes, you couldn't lace the big man's boots, McClue. And I said, no, except when it comes to selling videos. So that's always quite funny, these characters that know it all, they get in touch with it. But Sir Billy, we send love and blessings to. Wonderful man. Educating Rita's a great film. The amazing Michael Caine and Julie Walters. Not a lot of people know that. Not a lot of people know that. Anything with Michael Caine in it is outstanding. I saw one night that was very violent, and Michael Caine was in that. It was just an incredible movie. He's just tremendous. I'll tell you, see if you want to see an absolute beauty. Do you remember we used to say, which movie does Just Do It come from? And it was a meeting of the security services. And, the guy, the old head of the security services was in a kind of long-term leave. He wasn't well, so he was semi-retired on health grounds. And the guy that wanted to take over from it did not like the agent played by Michael Caine. And there's a lovely moment in it. And that's the fourth protocol. Pierce Brosnan's in it as well. Absolutely incredible. The French Connection, fabulous movie as well. So there you are. But this is the fourth protocol. I don't know if you've ever seen it. Forrest Gump is a good watch. Forrest Gump, Betty, you've put Forrest Hump. So there you are. But it's Forrest Gump. It's with a G. So you press the G instead of you press the H instead of the G. Forrest Hump. So there we are. Educating Rita, outstanding. Did anybody see Heroes of Telemark today, Kirk Douglas? Have you seen it before? Outstanding movie. And yes, Highlander, it makes me laugh because people say, your YouTube's not as controversial as your phone. And you think, no, because we don't have the phones on YouTube. You know, it's very strange. People can't work that out. He's not as controversial as all that nonsense. Right? We just don't have the phones, so we don't have the colours. So I can't tell them off, can I? There you go. Yes, that's what it's all about. Here we go, guys. Scottie McClue. And I think I might do another wee share just to let everybody know. So if you can all tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10, let's have a joint share. We used to do this about 4 years ago. I popped up for the first time on Facebook Live. And at that time, it was before Facebook just became absolutely mobbed and was picking and choosing, and you were able to get to thousands of people, which was superb. Now you can only get a few hundred. But it would be lovely if they said, no, we'll just let every single person on the platform see you. And if they did that, it would be tremendous, I say. If they just told 10 to tell 10. But we'll get it on the radio when everybody can hear. A big shout out to the amazing Babs Windsor comedy legend. Amazing woman, R.I.P. Requiescat in Pace for Babs Windsor. What a fabulous lady. Now, you see, she had a tremendous career spanning years and years and years. Yeah, absolutely. Scottie, do you think the Queen's fit enough to do any more Christmas speeches? She's started to look a wee bit tired lately, numpty head. steady on. Have you had a sherry? The Queen is in her 95th year. Her broadcast was outstanding. How would you be doing a broadcast to the world at nearly 95? She works every day. She'll do her red boxes, so of course she's bound to be looking a wee bit tired. She didn't choose to be Queen, but she has acquitted herself outstandingly as an outstanding public servant, so there we are. Mike Dentures, does she mean the kinky? No, I don't think she does. I hope you don't take the hump. No, not at all, Betty. We know you'll sort all that out. Scottie, does not feel like a Sunday night at all. It's that weird period between Xmas and New Year. Absolutely, Kareem. I think that it's a very strange period, but from yesterday, we're all locked down from midnight on Christmas. We're locked down as going Christmas into Boxing Day. So I think that's another reason why McClue should pop up and do his bit, and this is why I'd like every day to tell 10, to tell 10, to tell 10. I don't know also if the platform go for the same sort of audience, because when we started on this platform with people in Canada and America and Australia and New Zealand, on chit-chatting. So I hope people don't think, well, maybe this is a Scottish thing, so we'll just allocate it to a Scottish audience, We like our international audience. The Queen has to carry on working as she would be deemed fit to work under the government's criteria. Yes. So you can't follow the monarch. Not for me. Work as usual, filling up all the Amazon warehouses. James Duffy, good for you. And thank you. Thank you for all the work that you do. If you've just joined us, guys, Scottie McClue, just for you. Right, where's this going out to, I wonder? Oh, yes. Out to that one again. So just do another wee sugar there, and then we'll get sharing to some of the groups. Are we all clear about that? So there we go. Oh, he keeps holding up this handwritten sign, but it does make a difference because, bless them, because my life has virtually been audio, people don't really know what I look like. You see? So they'll go, who's this old guy? Scottie, do you think the Brexit deal has something fishy about it? Ooh, good one, Mark. Something very fishy about it, I'll warrant. But we'll see. It will be flushed out, and we'll be able to see, are they putting a spin on this, or is Brexit going to be very good for the country? We shall see. It doesn't make sense to me, but then I haven't read all the reports yet. So we shall see. Lol, says Mike. Tomorrow's classed as Boxing Day again for some reason, says Glenn. Yeah, but see, are any of the sales actually on? Or were these adverts on television taken out before the rules changed? That's what we'd like to know. We have known we were going to be locked down on Boxing Day for some time, but we didn't know about the Christmas changes. And it completely changed my Christmas, I can tell you. Scottie, will the phone-ins be as controversial as ever? Oh, absolutely, Glenn. You don't think I'm going to let half-witted idiots off with talking nonsense on my show, surely. Do you know what I mean? So, yes, very controversial. Very controversial. And I would urge people that don't like controversy just to not listen. Scottie, all I've done sleep. Is that wrong? No, Kareem. You do a very, very physical job. And, that will be coming off you in the break. And you will have put tremendous work into your job. I know you will. Above and beyond. And it's very taxing and very exhausting. And in your profession, you're being asked to do extra things like, become a hygienist and a cleaner and, you know, a health advisor and a social worker and all these kind of things added onto your profession. Boredom, says Mike Dentures. What about it, Mike? There's never any boredom in a Scottie McClue show, I can tell you. So there you go. They won't know what's hit them once they listen to your big man. Well, no, Glenn, but they need to. You cannot have idiots talking nonsense on the public show. If you've only got a couple of hours, you want every second to count. So we don't want all the dafties coming on talking nonsense. You look at social media. You look at the rubbish these people have talked about Brexit. You look at the rubbish these people talk about the monarchy stuff, and they need to be put right. You know, that's what needs to happen. Get sharing, everybody, please, as much as you like. Tell 10 to tell 10. Scottie, you'll need to educate them too. I will, Glenn. That's my job. I mean, I came down to Yorkshire to educate the Yorkshire people. I went to Lancashire to educate the Scousers and the Manx and the Prestonians. And then I came up to Scott FM to educate the Scots. I speak for everybody in Scotland. I am the voice of Scotland. So there you have it. And not all this lockdown boredom malarkey sends people to sleep. Oh, Mike, yes, absolutely. People get bored. But Kareem is a very, very active mind, a very clever man, very bright. So I think he'll have quite a big boredom threshold. You know, when I'm talking stuff on social media and you get the kind of half-wit that puts up a wee meme that goes bored, I always say to them, I'm so sorry that your tiny boredom threshold is more important than your country. So there we are. So that's them told. Don't give them solid food. Just give them baby food to start with. Absolutely, Glenn. Yes. We don't want to spoil them, I say. Scottie, just going to do some more sharing. I'll share in one of the YouTube groups, I think, pardon me. I'll have another sip of the Earl Grey. How long have we been on? We've been on about 47 minutes. Ooh, that's lush. We'll do another 10 minutes, I think. I think that's important, don't you? So I'm in group. Sorry, I'm just having to keek round the corner here. Just a wee round the corner to see what's happening. A wee keek round the corner. There we go. And we're looking at that lot. So that's it. Good. And we'll share with them. Excellent. We love that. And that should be all the pages shared with as well, guys. I think that's important too. Have we shared in that one? Yes. The world's top talk show. We did share with that one, didn't we? I'm pretty sure I did. Anyway, it won't do any harm. Another we share just to let everybody know what's what. Scottie, can I phone up during the numpties half hour without being cut off? Professor Numpty Head, I don't think I could ever give you a guarantee that you would not be cut off. Because although you are very, very brilliant, bordering on the genius, it's a very fine line, you're also you can also be completely start raving bonkers and come out with some nonsense that could drop us in it. So there we are. Good night, Scottie. Stay safe. Good night, Susan Shaw. Take great care of your dear self. And Dinky-Doo. Wonderful stuff. Kareem, Scottie, I hope to be one of the lucky ones to get through to you on your new phone in. I'm looking forward to it. I think the whole world is looking forward to it, Kareem, because although I say it myself, and this is not to do with me, this is to do with the people. We've never, ever had a phone in of that quality since. So since Scott FM, since Century Radio, since Radio Hallam, there's never been anything to touch that, you see? And the quality of radio at the moment is very, very, these seem to strive towards mediocrity, you know? So we need to get a proper talk show, and a proper talk show isn't necessarily full of guests and distinguished people. A proper talk show is full of the people. If we do have a distinguished guest on, the people phone and talk to the guest, you know, and that's proper talk radio. And I don't think there's anybody doing it to any great extent at the moment. There's a few people doing pale imitations, but not the real thing. So there we are. Don't forget Magic. Yes, Magic. That was an outstanding phone-in as well on Magic Radio. I love that. Bye for now, Scottie. Catch you soon. Dinky-Doo Highlander. All fantastic stuff. Right. We'll just see if we've time for another quick pop-up. Let everybody know what's what. Not another pop-up, another quick share. Catch you soon, everybody. If everybody's pressing on, I quite understand. Always have done. Never a problem. Never a dull moment. So there we are. Now, what can I post this to? That's fabulous. And I can post it to that. So that's good. What I've got here, guys, I'm also on Reddit. I've just started on Reddit recently. On there. And if you like to follow me, it's Scottie_McClue. But please subscribe to the YouTube and share and share and share. It's a pity you couldn't catch the Hogmanay show. Well, Betty, we might pop up at Hogmanay just to say hi. Now, I hope to get to hear Rab in Maryhill and how wee Brittany's getting on. Oh, Professor Numptyhead, they'll all be on. Do you watch EastEnders, Scottie? Not a big EastEnders man. Tend to be a bit of an Emmerdale fad, you know. So I tend to watch Emmerdale. I quite like Emmerdale, although it's getting pretty violent recently. You wouldn't want a house in that village. And having stayed in rural Yorkshire, you know, it's not anything like that. It's just a pity. Yes, absolutely so. No, never a pity, Betty. We don't have pity on here. We will sort it. Very important. We'll sort it. And just to let you know, if you've just joined us, folks, Scottie McClue is going to be back with a full radio phone-in. All right? I can't give you any more details at the moment, but we're talking probably weeks, maybe 8 weeks, 10 weeks. I don't know, something like that, maybe even less. But COVID is what's holding it up at the moment. Trust me. Once we sort that out, so many things will be sorted out. Oh, that's fantastic. Well, there we are. I've just shared that. I'm an EastEnders and a Corrie-man, also Hollyoaks. Oh, Glenn. Yes, I haven't watched Hollyoaks, no. So there you are. You can have too much of a good thing. I say, I used to watch lots, and remember Home and Away. Because I worked late at night, I used to see Home and Away. I used to see Neighbours. I used to see The Young Doctors when I worked in ITV. Remember The Young Doctors? All that stuff. Scottie, does the Gorbals still exist, or did they build new high-rise flats? Well, it's a long story. They demolished all the slums in the Gorbals in about 1960 odds, and they built Hutchison Town E. Hutchie E, the flats, high-rise flats, built in the shape of an E. But the Gorbals has changed again. So there you are. And of course, the Citizens Theatre was right in the middle of the Gorbals. Fantastic. Glasgow Sits, wonderful theatre. Wonderful Giles Havergill and Philip Prowse and Robert David MacDonald. These great theatre people who brought us years and years of wonderful shows. Take the High Road, Crossroads. Now, Take the High Road, I am a massive fan of Take the High Road, and we're able to see it now on the STV player. So I would suggest that you take a look at Take the High Road. Jack, mother, all that stuff. Sons and Daughters, Prisoner Cell Block H. I never watched Prisoner much, but Sons and Daughters, big style. That was another one we used to watch, yes. Scottie, what do you think 2021 will bring us? Well, Kareem Zachariah, I'm very excited about 2021. because the phone-in's coming back. That will allow people a chance to talk, to vent their feelings, to come on and have a blather. And also, the phone-in's COVID-free, if you think, because the virus isn't going to travel down the phone line. So the people listening are not at risk, and me talking is not at risk. So we have a win-win situation. So I think 2021 is going to be incredible. I really do. There's a real buzz about it. I mean, I've had a really tough few years, but no tougher than anybody else. I'm not putting on the poor mouth. But as you know, I lost my life savings to a con man, and that sent me back a little bit. We had to get back on the saddle, from that point of view. Do you remember the flop El Dorado set in Spain? Yes, Glenn, I do. And I thought it was rather glamorous because I was working in television when El Dorado started, and it was very glamorous and what have you, but it just didn't take off. Some things don't. Brookside Close. Now, Betty McIver, I was a massive Brookside watcher as well. Take the High Road from the beginning in STV Play. Yes, I've watched it. I've watched, I think, the first 150 episodes. Would that be right? With a change of factor. So there we are. But the characters are brilliant. And it's lovely to see these. And one of the loveliest actors, or in those days it would have been actresses, is Marjorie Thompson, who plays Grace Lachlan, Dougal's mother. And Marjorie was born in 1913, if I remember right. Sadly, quite a few of the cast have passed on to, the big casting agency in the sky. But they've brought us great, great joy. Fantastic. Scottie, do your Albert and Harold impersonation. What, Dad? What do you think this is worth then, eh? Oh, God, come on.
Yeah, let's see it. Yeah. Nah, not worth anything, that. I'll put it in me pocket for luck.
Oh, God. Well, you should have known what is worth, Dad.
Harold.
Any good? So there we are. I hope we all start getting rich now. The cash siphoning EU's been detached. Well, Mike Dentures, can I tell you, we always made a fortune for the tiny pittance that we put in. So there's no cash siphoning. What has siphoned your cash of late is Brexit, which has run away with £200 billion to date and nothing to show for it as yet. Now, that money would have allowed us to stay in the EU, the non-cash siphoning EU, for another 50 years. But sadly, Mike, you, like a lot of the population, have been worked from the back by the hooray Henrys, and you've been told a lot of nonsense. It's like people don't realise that Scotland subsidises the UK to over £70 billion per annum. They're told down south that the Scots are dependent on the Union. Newsflash. So there we are, you see. So there's a bit of that for you. I'm going to have to dash. Aha, says Mike. No, Mike, yes. Trust McClue. You'll always get the truth from Scottie McClue because I'm apolitical. So I don't favour one mob against the other. I always just favour what's best for the country. I am a patriot. Right, I'm going to have to dash. This patriot's got to dash. Been lovely, lovely, lovely being with you all tonight. Stay fabulous. Take great care of your dear selves. Stay safe. I'll sing you the goodbye song. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Take care, everybody, as you go. Goodbye, everybody. Auf Wiedersehen, au revoir, and a cheerio. Ta-da, my loves. God bless you, and Dinky-Doo. Stay safe, big man. Nice to see you. Bye, Paul, Mike. Scotty, speak when you're back on this week. Good night. Night-night, Kareem. And Dinky-Doo to every single one of you. Ta-da, Lars.